Hey race fans, thanks for clicking on the vid to check this one out. If I sound a bit nasally more than normal, it's the hay fever. But anyway, here we go. We're going to go back a week before Murray Bridge. We went up to Mildura, just Benny and I. And from the get-go, not good. We had a car that we were using that was unregistered on the way up, and the cops pulled us over, and unbeknownst to us, it had been unregistered for a while. So we panicked a fair bit and thinking how many fines did we get going through those point-to-point cameras that we live around a lot. Anyway, we get up to Mildura, and I made the mistake of reading the tape measure wrong. I went out with the absolute wrong offset on the right rear, and on this track, we needed it correct. We were way too tight on a knife edge. And as you can see here, the steering as well, I'm actually having to hold it with two hands on the right-hand side because the car just wanted to pull hard left. And obviously this was the start of our steering box issues for the night, which just progressively got worse. As you'll see where the steering wheel now will be clocked as I go down the straight for the form up for the A, it's even further around on the right. So my hands normally go to a 10-2 position where there's no spokes on the wheel, and all of a sudden there's spokes on the wheel, and it just felt super weird. Did a couple of laps, then realised that it's probably pretty silly for me to be out there and pulled in before I ruined somebody else's day. So essentially the car was straight except for the steering box, which will get sent off to get looked at. So mad dash to get another steering box, and Will Caruso came through for us.
And
here's our heat
10
one from
laps up
Murray
on the
Bridge.
board. Heat 2 is underway. Mason Merritt in the 55, a slight amount of smoke from the Big Shed Brewery, 82 of Evans. That won't be anything to worry about as he stays in second, but it's Anthony Tapley. Look at them fluoro gloves working hard in position number 4 as he looks to find his way onto the podium early in this one. We're 1 down, 9 to go, and Furler's lead is already 3 or 4 car lengths as it's the 32 machine of Fallon backfiring further back. But on screen there's second through to 5th, but it's Furler out in front, happy at the moment.
Yeah, good little scrap. Just look on screen. Mason Merritt there in that black and orange race car. In behind him, the 47 of Anthony Tapley. But out in front, Ryland Furler. He's about half a second, or about a second or so in front of that battle. You can see on screen. There's racing Mason Merritt. Tapley just running that mid-track groove in that more plant high number 47. It's still Ryland Furler. He clicked off the fastest lap of the race last time by at 15.143. Checking out here in heat number 2. The battle really is for second, third, fourth and fifth. You can see it on screen right now as they head down through turn number 2.
Certainly is that car leading the pack on screen, the 82 of Caleb Evans, still under attack from the 55 of Mason Merritt. Good news, however, up front, Ryland Furler into the 14.8 second range in terms of lap time, so the track getting quicker and starting to get into the zone for the night as that battle for second continues. There's Furler on screen with 3 to go this time. We go back to the battle for second. Mason Merritt exiting very high out of turn 4 once again, and now from second back to third, fourth and fifth, it's Caruso putting a bit of pressure on Tapley now as they run into pit corner.
Yeah, William Caruso just starting to get to the back of Tapley's car as well. So I think Tapley just being held up a little by Mason Merritt, who won one of the 3 heat races we actually ran opening night in car 55. Leader now very shortly will be on the back of Diesel Fallon to put him a lap down to pick up second placed Caleb Evans out of turn number 4. White flag on display, half a lap to go for our race leader through turn number 3 and 4. You pick him up in turn 4. Checkered flag a wave for Ryan Lynn Furler. Furler will win it second. Across the line will be Caleb Evans. Mason Merritt in third. Anthony Tapley, William Caruso, Darryl Sloan, the Prez. Just gets done on the finish line by Andy Thomas. So Thomas will get 6th. Darryl Sloan will get 7th, and rounding out the field 1 lap down, completing his first ever wingless sprint heat race, Diesel Fallon in position number 8. 2 minutes 30.690 to 30.6.
There we go. We only really passed one car at the end there. It was a follow the leader track, but I mean, we're still not in the track. We're sitting on top. So Benny and I got to work on it, made a few adjustments, and yeah. Here though, Susie's just telling me that it's going to be okay, and what we didn't show on this was that, as I do now, is I always check my steering wheel isn't going to come off because of what happened late last year. And this thing popped off. Now, it's a new steering box, and essentially the hub from the steering wheel was bottoming out and wasn't connecting properly on this shaft. Long story short, Hugh from the Jam crew sort of got hold of it, sorted it out. He works on race cars as a job, and I had full faith in him. But before we got to that point, I had to quickly grab a steering wheel off of young Evans. So massive thanks to him. But it was a different steering wheel. It was smaller. It was just different shape. And I just had no idea how it was going to go. So hence why Susie was just encouraging me.
95 of Andy Thomas has
Yeah,
NDTV on YouTube as well. Back then to the 66 of Sam Martin, they put a front end in, and thanks to the picture crew, the diff, the plate had a hole in it, so that's sorted. Alongside him is the 8, the Prez of Sloane. Back then to Nucky, Caruso, and off the back, the other Alexander, it's Jesse and Caleb Evans. That's your heat race lineup for heat 6, 10 laps up on the board, and we are racing. It's Andy Thomas who gets a nice jump around the outside of Monaghan, who goes back through the field early, keeps out of trouble. Well done to Monaghan. But down the back stretch into 3 and 4, it's Thomas leading, Sam Martin into second ahead of the Prez. Daryl Sloane back to third now, back then to Caruso, Nucky, Caleb Evans, a bit of smoke coming out the 82 machine, hopefully nothing to worry about. And this one has stretched out a little bit earlier. It's a track, walking across it before, it's got a heap of juice still in it. It's just if they start huckabucking.
Yeah, it looks like it just might start to just break up a little bit. Continues, if it doesn't dry out a little bit more, but out in front, the 95. Andy Thomas under pressure now from Sam Martin in that 66. And I'll tell you, Sam Martin, when the track dries out is when Martin's at his best on the slick racetracks. But right now he's really pressuring for that race lead through turn number 3 and 4. A slight mistake there from Sam Martin, who's behind them. It's a great battle. Line astern behind the Prez is William Caruso, Caleb Evans, Daryl Nucky, Jesse Alexander. Patrick Monaghan just dropping off the pace slightly, but up front, still the battle is on. The 10 of William Caruso just can't get by the Prez, much like we saw earlier with Norm Moore. If you've got the race, you've got the positioning, it's hard to get by. Out of turn number 4, a mistake from Andy Thomas, and Sam Martin didn't need a second invitation. Quickly through to the race lead. Martin, new race leader down the back chute.
Yeah, he's taken the lead and already put car lengths on the 95 of Andy Thomas, who have 3 laps to go this time by. As we switch back to that battle for third, it continues on with Sloane, Caruso and Evans. So a couple of the Adelaide lads going over here as Evans goes back past Caruso. That'll be for 4th position on the racetrack. The race leader's got 2 to go. There's Andy Thomas in second. Sam Martin up the road, leading this one with 1.5 to go this time down the back stretch. That Sunset we mentioned. And as he comes through turn 3 and 4, you'll see the white flag this time. 1 to go for your race leader, Sam Martin. A good recovery from that last heat. Andy Thomas still second. Back in third, the battle is settled between Sloane, Evans and Caruso, although it heats right up down the back stretch. Martin will win. Second will be Thomas. Third, Evans at the moment. Sloane will look back to the inside. Nearly contact. Can't get it done. Evans will hold
out there,
podium
boys.
position.
Anyway, yeah, we'll take that second. Still car wasn't obviously right, just, through those bumps, and I was trying to slide myself and miss some, and then just open up the door there for Sam, and there's the Englishman all pretty chuffed and whatnot, but that's all good. Benny and I will get tuning on this thing, and out of initially 14, but I think we jumped a spot there.
Tyson Martin to set the rolling pace.
Yes, there we go, feature.
And we send them into turn number 1. The first time, have a look at Anthony Tapley right up on the high side trying to make a move. He's up to 4th. They all make it out of turn number 2. We've got one down the infield on the back straight away, but our leader is Tyson Martin. Second is Jack McCarthy. Then we go back to Anthony Tapley, Bronson Malrow in the 41. Matthew Tyler made a nice start as he sits inside the top 5 as they make the way out of turn number 4. The 82 of Caleb Evans just missed the kick initially. Dropping back, he's dropped another spot, this time to Tate Cowie on the exit of turn number 2. We pick up our leaders out of turn number 4. Tyson Martin leads. Jack McCarthy, Anthony Tapley, Bronson Marrow. Tapley fastest car that time by. But have a look at our leader, Tyson Martin, starting to stretch it as he comes out of turn number 4. Made a slight error there, but look at the back, pack further back. Racing hard. Kirby Hillier getting shuffled back as they come out of turn number 4. There are cars everywhere.
Absolutely. It is as busy as a one-arm bricklayer in Baghdad at the moment because it's a busy track. It's got plenty of character, and Casey Atkinson has a moment up track as we continue to watch this battle pack. It's the back half of the field. It's 10th back nearly as Shani Pitcher sits in 13th and Kirby Hillier in 14th. As the front half of the field, however, has settled down somewhat as we continue to watch further back. Who's in it? Pitcher, Merritt, Rodder, Turner slowing. Martin and Caruso go through. Oh, that was nearly contact between the team cars there on the exit of 2 as they run into pit corner. That's Merritt and Pitcher. Oh, tight again. Here comes Kennett, and your race leader's only just behind him, Tyson Martin. So just recapping the top 3, Tyson Martin, Jack McCarthy, Anthony Tapley, followed by Bronson Marrow and Matty Tyler sitting in 5th. But right here, right now, your race leaders have got an absolute wall of lap traffic as Martin finds his way through.
Yeah, heavy lap traffic for our leader. He's right in behind the 2 Pitcher racing cars as he heads down to the back straight into turn number 3 and 4. There's Martin just getting by the 96 of Pitcher. Oh, we've got Sam Martin out of it in the 66, pulls onto the infield. But right now, Martin, McCarthy and Tapley, the top 3. Lap car between our leader and Jack McCarthy. That's the lap car of Pitcher in the 96. McCarthy's got to get by the 96 down there in turn number 1 if he's got any chance to catch our leader. As Martin now to the inside of Racing Mason Merritt. Up in front of our race leader, there's an absolute wall of cars. The first one will be the 38 of James Rodder. Jack McCarthy's got by Pitcher. Now, out after Mason Merritt. Our leader got balked there, Kirby Hillier, right in front of the leader. Hillier goes a lap down. Rodder is right there as well. Jack McCarthy can sense maybe blood in the water for our leader, but our leader got through the lap cars nicely there in the back straight. He's put himself 3 cars between himself and second place Jack McCarthy. McCarthy's forced the issue there in turn 4.
Exactly right. He is trying to get his way through as quick through this lap traffic as Tyson Martin is as they race into turn 3 and 4 with 15 down and 10 to go this time as Tyson Martin's behind the other team car looking to put no more a lap down and gets all 4 off the deck. Still leads down the back stretch and he's got plenty of track and 2 or 3 lap cars between him and McCarthy, but the car is awkward through turn 3 and especially on the exit of turn 4. McCarthy now can nearly see the 11. He's just going to get past Nucky and he does that down the back stretch. Martin leads still at the moment, but here comes McCarthy in second. Tyson Martin this time hopefully gets past the team car of Normore. Yes, he does. McCarthy will now be on the mission. Anthony Tapley still in third, away back, plenty of lap cars between him and Jack McCarthy in second. But Tyson Martin has cleared the lap traffic. Oh, Jack McCarthy, I thought he was going to go straight into the fence.
Yeah, the car got really tight there on him. Had a monster moment, but as we go down the back straight away, Tyson Martin got hung up a little behind his teammate earlier, but once he got by him, started to clear out, that time by 1.8 seconds between Tyson Martin and Jack McCarthy. And now there's clear sailing for both cars up front, this time with 5 to go. Tyson Martin, Jack McCarthy, Anthony Tapley still sitting back there in third. So too, Bronson Marrow's been fourth for the entire run. As we have a look now at our pay-per-view screen, we have one of the cars starting to smoke a little on the high side. It might be Mason Merritt in the 55. But there's our top 2 up in front as the rest of the field just comes through the camera position in turn number 4. Can McCarthy run down the leader? He's got one chance. Casey Atkinson right in front of our leader now. This time by with 3 to go. McCarthy settling down a little now towards the bottom of the racetrack. These two are almost a half a lap in front of third. Oh, Casey Atkinson right in front. Walked our leader. This time by, we've got 2 to go. McCarthy is right there. It's the closest he's been for the entire run so far. He can't clear the lap car. And McCarthy dives it in there as well. But the run now to the checkered flag. One to go. One to go for our race leader. McCarthy slid it in there hard in turn number 1. Couldn't get it done. Down the back straight for the final time. He's got one more chance through turn number 3 and 4. But Tyson Martin will hang on. He'll take the victory and a flag to flag win. Second to Jack McCarthy. Third across the line will be Anthony Tapley. Good drive from Tapley. Tate Cowie will get 4th right on the finish line over Bronson Mauro. Matthew Tyler, Andy Thomas with a nice run there in 7th position. Casey Atkinson in 8th. So Andy Thomas, the only driver, or the 7th and final driver to complete the 25-lap journey.
So yeah, there we go. We ended up 7th over the line. Qualified 14, 31 cars. Pretty happy with the run we've had. And as you can see, yeah, I know it was only 7th, but it really did feel like a win. We'd sort of been struggling a lot. You know, it was good to have a couple of my girls there too. Yeah, getting surrounded by the right people. So this is what it looks like after you've had a good night.
Go give Dad a high five, it's ready. Yeah, go on. Go on. Fuck yeah! Awesome!
Man. Oh. Man.
Does that feel good?
Oh, fuck yeah.
That's awesome.